Hey, put the guy down.
Yeah, put the guy down. Okay. Well, we're just nicely.
No.
I just want to get one more slam on him, kid. I don't break out hands here.
That would be tough. Remember Police Academy? The Police Academy?
Oh, those are the best.
That's the white high tower.
The white house.
High tower. Son, where did you get that gun? He's got like a freaking.
He's driving around a Honda Civic and he's sitting in his back.
Alright, who is it? Oh, you're my class yesterday. Let's go.
Wow. Hey, happy anniversary.
Hey, man, happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, bro.
Oh, yeah, anniversary? Who's the anniversary? Nice.
Oh, when he came out.
Okay, so we're gonna start off like what traditionally happens on the feet, bare feet in jiu-jitsu. Whether it's judo or basically anything other than like, hey, I'm gonna shoot a takedown, this usually happens right where we lock up, right? Jiu-jitsu, pretty common, any kind of wrestling, no gi. So we're gonna start from this position. What I want everybody to get comfortable doing is hipping in and pummeling for our overhook. So I'm gonna go over this step by step. I taught it last night, and really the end of this and the submissions is what I was really teaching, but then as I went around working with the groups, I realized that there's points that you need to hit when you're actually pummeling through these positions, okay? So you're gonna start off with your collar tie, and then you're gonna pummel for your overhook. Now, why do I like doing this? Obviously, you're going to pummel with the one that's not my frame hand. This is my frame hand, right? So we're obviously going to be pummeling the other one. Why is this good? When we get with like grappling tournaments, wrestling, that sort of stuff, no gi, they're not very used to the MMA style where you'd end up in like an over-under clinch, right? Like this hardly ever happens unless we're doing like Greco-Roman wrestling, right? Hardly ever happens in grappling tournaments. So what I've been trying to get people to do is pummel to this spot, because you can almost guarantee that your opponent is not going to feel that comfortable. Okay? So how we want to pummel. Anytime I'm going to pummel in, I can't hip out and think I'm going to pummel in and win it. I always have to hip in first, swim my hand to the inside and get my overhook. When you get your overhook, I want you to think, I'm capturing the elbow. I'm not just going to grab the overhook and hold on to it and think I'm going to go through the motions with my partner. You can do that in class. It's not going to work in real life. Okay? As soon as you get the elbow, I want to drag it down and in front of me. I want them to look like this when I get their elbow, like this. And the only way to do that is for you to sit your weight down, and I actually do this, and I make these steps backwards. So I'm going to show you how this works. We pummel it here. When I'm ready to look, I'm just going to give them a little bit of tilt, and I'm going to walk my hips in. So I'm going to come here, tilt. Hips come first. You see how I have a double frame right here? Now I can get my overhook. As soon as you get your overhook, I'm going to act like you're going to the inside of your leg. You can even grab it. But I'm going to look, pinch to the body, and I'm going to sit, look, and I'm dragging his elbow away. Now I get him to make some steps. If I can grab my front headlock from here, I'm going to grab my front headlock from here. If he goes to posture up, I'm a Uchimata, boom, I'm going to get right back to my front headlock. So I want you to practice both of these things first, and then we're going to work from that front headlock position, okay? Start out, if you're brand new, one of the first things that you really need to get comfortable with is tie up. If it feels like a junior high school dance, you don't have it down very well, leave, come back. Leave, come back. So we'll come here and we'll be like, kind of like, see how I'm leading with my head. Don't lead with your arms. He's also blocking with his head. If you come out and start reaching, people are gonna arm drag you, duck under, whatever it is. So get it in your vocabulary or in your plan book to where you're always coming in like this. I don't want to start coming here and reaching, because that's, for anybody who knows how to wrestle or whatever, that's an accident waiting to happen, right? So don't reach. Bring yourself in. Arms are gonna be here like this. Here, I'm in a little head position, and I work my way in, and now we're here. Now I'm gonna pummel in. Here. Pummel, double frame right now. As soon as I grab, pinch, I'm gonna drag. If I can get right to my front headlock, I'll get right to my front headlock. If I get here close and he starts to posture up, look, hip, step, hip. I come right back to my front headlock position here. My grip, always my guillotine grip, back it up with the hand. guillotine grip is, I always have a cup on the chin. Last night people were doing this, and or this, and or this, and now I'm gonna switch my grip when I wanna go back and choke the person. We're gonna choke the person.
What do you mean? I couldn't see what you meant by this, this, and this.
This, or they'll do this, or some people are doing this. Like one that goes around the neck, always like this. That way it's gonna stop him from backing back up. Right, we've got a chin, like here. Underneath, I back it up with my hand. So we just go chin grip, back it up with the hand. Now I've got double control over the chin. I came up MMA, especially in the early days, like if you weren't good at this, the wrestlers ate you alive. Right, you couldn't just wrap your arms around. It was like, you see people like this, right? Like this is nothing. If you don't have chin control, if you're not able to put pressure on the neck, you're not gonna be able to work from this position. All right, anybody need to see the setup one more time?
Yeah.
One more time.
One more time. So we're starting here, we get to our over under. Not this, and I think I'm gonna pummel in. I need to block with the hips, so I'm gonna walk in, look, hips close. Sit, and if I can get it here, I'm gonna get it here. Let's say I don't get it, I still have my overhook. Not just trying to push the person. Hip to hip, kick, head goes down. So I'm gonna go step in, look, hip, bump. I come right back around and I get my front headlock. Make sense? And we end up being here. So now normally I can sit, roll them, and go for chokes on this side. People have gotten better at scrambling out of those two. So I want to give an alternative to this, which is going to be sitting on the opposite side. I'm still going to turn the shoulders this way, but what we're going to do is we're going to use the step and a push. So I'm going to show you the footwork first. I'm here in the front headlock position. I'm going to step in place, weight on this foot, so I can do this on this side. Does everybody see how I only sat on my opposite side hip and I straighten my leg right out? I'm doing this all the way through, but what you're going to notice is I want you to get back up to your knees. So once I get that person on their back, switch, and we're going to actually start putting pressure on the choke right here. You're going to have two knees next to your partner. Does that make sense? Can I show it to you? I got everybody to the front headlock position, and I'm doing it like this. I step on this foot so I can push off it. So when I'm going to step this foot forward, sit on this hip completely. This is where I want you to get to. Basically, I bring my knee in right next to the hip. So what I want you to do right now is finish this right here. He's already in like a wrestler pin position, so I'm just going to start hipping in. I keep everything close. I get my squeeze. What you're going to notice is, and I don't want to skip this step. I might give you the next step right after this, but I want to talk you through it first. When you get to this position, very much like a wrestler's pin, I've got both shoulders on the ground. Can he turn into me? Not really, right? So which way do I expect him to turn? Away, okay? So what we're gonna do practice second is when they start to turn away, why are they turning away? That's their other option. They're either gonna tap from this, or they're gonna turn away and they're gonna start trying to make you go over the top, okay? When we're gonna go over the top, same side leg is gonna come knee on belly, and we're just gonna ride the choke all the way through for basically our regular, either head and arm guillotine or our no arm guillotine. But what I want you to do is I actually just want you to get here first. And then we're gonna talk about the second part. When I taught this last night, there's two other variables that we're gonna have. Well, two variables that we're gonna have, right? One is gonna be, when I got here, I'm here like this, head from the ground to get up. You see how his arm is on the other side of me? So anytime the arm is on the other side, when I go to roll, I'm gonna get rid of the arm and just do a regular guillotine with just the neck, okay? If the arm is on the inside, and we ended up here, I'm gonna use my hip to push it into place and start going for my guillotine that way. I'm always gonna start with my first choke from the double knees when he's flat. I don't care where the arm is. I'm gonna automatically start putting pressure on the neck. Why do I spell it out this way? We're playing chess, right? So when I watch people do this, when you're doing it, I'm gonna put it in quotes, moves. When you're doing moves, you're trying to go through all the moves, okay? If I tap you right here, I don't need to go through the rest of the moves. But also, when I put the pressure on the choke when you're on your knees, it's your idea to turn, it's not mine. If I hurry up and went knee on belly and tried to roll and get the guillotine, I might give you an opportunity to create space to maybe not finish it. But if I'm constantly putting you in trouble to whereas you're almost done and now you make a desperate choice to go, I'm always ahead. So by the time I get to the next one, I might have not even let that pressure off that neck. I kept the pressure on the neck the entire time all the way through. When you finally start to roll and turn me, we're gonna get to checkmate. Okay? So all I want you to do is get to this spot on your knees and then just hip in and put pressure on. Yes, I'll show you again. You wanna see it again?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm gonna fast forward.
One more time for the brown belt.
Yeah. Sure. I'm gonna fast forward.
I know.
Let's break it in first.
Fast forward to the front headlock position, if that's okay. Everybody understands the first part, right? How we got here? Okay. So fast forward, front headlock position. Sometimes, especially when you do a lat drop, right? It's going to be like this. It's not that. Okay. What I am going to do is I'm going to step to this foot so I can push and step. This is the step I'm going to make. Okay. I'm literally sliding and sitting right down on this foot. Okay. So it's going to look like this. Step is hip leans this way. And we're gonna end up just like this. Now his arm's on the outside. Only thing I want you to do right now is practice. Look, I pull my hands up, squeeze my elbow in, right? And you should be able to try to get the choke from here. He's not turning into me, especially with this arm on the other side. When's the coffee cup stop? When it hits the handle. Not turning this way. So all of these things are gonna reinforce the fact that the only other way out is this way, right? That's what we want to start to set up, is the fact that we're baiting him to go this way or just go like this and call it a day, and I'll take the win when we run. Want to get some reps?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you're brand new, please get into a group or newer with people with collar on their belt. That help you out a lot. Okay, I'll come around. Groups of 3 I think is great. 3, 2, 1, go.
Brandon, Sean. I don't know.
Good. Okay, front headlock, here we are. Now, watch, wait. Here's the footwork for this game. First one. Don't take him down, but what I do is this. Look, I'm gonna step forward and do this. Sit your butt down. I didn't pick up. Now, I'm gonna be here, look. The second one I'm gonna do is step through and shoot the leg. This, all the way through. So push off this foot, step and slide. That's way better. Up on the knees, now you get your finish.
Good old fashioned chin whip.
Good.
Sweet music.
Is that what it's called? Chin whip? The chin whip? With the leg, they don't use the leg in wrestling though, do they? Oh, they must.
You can do a lot of
Yeah, because it's a pin move.
You can do a lot of variations.
Yeah, I didn't wrestle.
Pinch a nerve in the neck.
So that's probably. I wrestled.
No, it wasn't. It was on the accident.
Cow catcher.
I don't know the points in most of the names. Okay, does everybody feel comfortable with this part? Now I want to keep going down the chain here, because if we keep going down the chain, there's going to be different ways that you're going to have to finish it. Everybody had it done to them being on the bottom, right? Okay, you felt like the only way out is to try to get up, turn away from that person, right?
I couldn't even turn away.
Well, and then there's some people can though, right? Because even if I get here and I don't get enough pressure, when I get to this position, if I don't have like this, I mean, maybe these guys will probably move me, for sure. And they, because they're super strong from that position, and like maybe even AJ would move me from that spot and start to bring me over the top.
What we found in that position with the person on the bottom, if you're turning towards like the arm away from the body, you start to put pressure on their like elbow and shoulder, and you're able to kind of twist out of the position.
Show us.
He's talking about.
Oh, you're reinforcing. It sounded like you found the great escape.
He's talking about.
I wanted to see the Houdini movement.
We all know that.
I was just like, you were like, oh, show us. So I was like, okay, I'll just show you what he's talking about.
All right, Eddie, come here for a sec. Please. Did you get this okay?
Yeah, she texted me. She wants me to
Yeah.
do it if you want.
Okay, I'm gonna do it to you. Okay, so we're gonna fast forward and we're gonna get to this spot. Okay, so boom, fast forward. I'm gonna get to here, and I've got my front headlock from this. Okay. When I get there, let's see where the arm ends up. Right now, because of where it is, I'm gonna figure it's gonna end up on the outside. Does everybody see where the arm is from the front headlock position? You see where it is? It's kind of behind me. If the arm frame in front of my hips ends up being here, like this, I'm gonna assume it's gonna end up across. Okay, I don't know yet, but like I can almost guarantee, boom, I start here like this, I go step, and you're up. Okay, where's the arm? It's on the other side of me, right? So I'm gonna let, every time I get up, switch, and I'm up to my knees. So now I'm gonna put pressure, and when I feel like I might get rolled the opposite direction, then I turn roll me. Knee comes across the body. Look, this is my switch to my finish. You see how I took the arm out on the roll, and now I've got my, take it off a little bit. I've got my high elbow guillotine here like this. This is a wrap. How do I know this is a wrap? Look at my elbow, look at my hip. If my hip is next to my elbow, that is my perfect guillotine. If I'm up here like this, you're not finishing the guillotine. Okay, it always has to be hip to elbow or elbow to hip. Want to see it again? So we'll do that one a couple of times so you can see that the arms on the outside. I don't switch my hand until they start to roll me. Does that make sense? You see, when you feel like you might get rolled at all, I'm gonna go shin across the belly. Not so much knee on belly, but shin across the belly so I can put my hook in on his rib on that side. This is gonna be my, just like I did like an, I'm gonna show you, go turtle up real quick. This is where we're ending up. See where, does it turn this way? Wait, it's on the wrong side, go the other way. Does everybody see my foot right here? This is where we're gonna end up. Whether the arm's on the outside or this is with the arm on the inside. The reason why we're going shin across the belly is so we can get this on the roll through. Does that make sense? So I'm gonna do the whole thing again. We'll do arm on the outside just so you can kind of see that. Fast forward, right to this position. I'm gonna go look here, sit, arms on the outside, right? So I come here and he's like, oh no, and yeah, this, you see me come right here. I'm switching my grip, and then now look, dead. So as you're going through, you're setting up your legs, and you're switching the arm from underneath to in front, and then we're gonna pull for that high elbow guillotine. Make sure you're always connecting your hip to your elbow. One more time, fast forward, boom. Here, look, the arm's on the outside. Right, so watch my legs slowly if he starts to move. This. Now I connect. You see how I made myself move up? This is my last part. I didn't just roll with him. As soon as I start coming through, I go what? Connect my hip to my elbow. Now I can pull my hand out and I'm in the perfect spot to finish. If you get disconnected and you end up like this because you just roll straight through, it's going to be very hard to get that fold and finish that guillotine. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Want part two? Three? B? How about B? Call it B. Come on back over again. For a headlock. Boom. This time, his arm is a little bit more on the inside. Right? So again, step, turn, and now look where his arm is. Can everybody see where my hands are?
Yeah.
So you can use your hands here to help out. What does that mean? I'm gonna grab this and I'm gonna pull this through. And I'm gonna snug it up. Now when I come through here, I'm gonna keep everything in because I have the arm in guillotine. Everybody look, arm in guillotine. I did it with my hip from the top position first. So if you notice, the elbow's a little low. I'll use my hand and scoop it up from the spot, put my hip right on it. Then I'm gonna start to lean my hip into it like this. Go ahead, you can lean into it, let them roll you. Right, because once I get that arm across, it gets pretty tight, and then we come around. I don't switch any hands. I'm right to my arm and guillotine from that spot. What do you think? Yes? No? Maybe? Okay, let's give it a shot. 3, 2, 1, go. Why is my alarm coming from that side?